10 animals with better resumes than you. We humans like to think we are the apex predators of the career ladder. We invented the suit, the conference call, and the pivot table. But history proves that when it comes to actual job performance, we are barely top tier. Today, we are updating your CV with a dose of humility. Here are 10 animals who held real historical positions, earned higher ranks, and generally had much better careers than you probably ever will. Number 10. The meteorologist, Punxsutawney Phil. Let's start with the longest tenured employee on this list. Phil is a groundhog working in Pennsylvania. His job description is very specific. Wake up once a year on February 2nd, look at the ground, and predict global weather patterns based on his shadow. According to the Inner Circle, the guys in top hats who take care of him, it has been the same groundhog since 1887, sustained by an elixir of life. Here is the kicker. His accuracy rating is terrible. He's right about 40% of the time. A coin flip is literally better at meteorology than Phil. But why is his resume better than yours? Because he works one day a year, is terrible at his job, and is still world famous. He is living the dream. Number 9. The Royal Outlaw, William Billy Windsor I. The Royal Welsh Infantry Regiment of the British Army traditionally hires a Kashmir goat, not as a mascot, but as a ranking soldier. The most infamous was Billy Windsor I. He served honorably for years, receiving rations of Guinness to keep his coat shiny. But in 2006, during a parade to celebrate the Queen's birthday, Billy snapped. He refused to march. He tried to headbutt a drummer. He was causing a massive scene in front of the monarch. He was charged with unacceptable behavior and insubordination and demoted from Lance Corporal to Fusilier. Why is he better than you? Because even when he actively attacked his co-workers during the company's biggest event of the year, he didn't get fired. He just got demoted. That is serious job security. Number 8. Pelorus Jack the Dolphin. In the late 19th century, the French Pass in New Zealand was a notoriously dangerous stretch of water full of rocks and strong currents. Ships wrecked there constantly. But then, a Risso's dolphin started showing up. For 24 years, Pelorus Jack would meet incoming steamships and physically guide them through the safest channel. He was so reliable that captains would actually wait for him to appear before entering the pass. When a passenger on the SS Penguin tried to shoot him, the government passed an order in council in 1904, making him the first individual sea creature protected by law. You need Google Maps to find the bathroom. Jack was a maritime pilot with a perfect safety record for a quarter of a century. Number 7. The corporate savior, Tama. In 2007, the Kishi train station in Japan was nearly bankrupt. They laid off all the human staff because humans are expensive and complain about rights. Enter Tama, a calico cat living near the tracks. Railway executives hired her as station master. Her duties included sitting there, wearing a tiny hat, and greeting customers with silent judgment. She was incredible at it. Tama became a national sensation and single-handedly generated an estimated $10 million for the local economy. She was eventually promoted to operating officer. You struggle to organize the office, Secret Santa. Tama saved an entire transit infrastructure by taking naps in public. Number 6. Jack the Signalman. In the late 1800s, James Wide was a railway signalman in South Africa who lost both his legs in an accident. Needing an assistant, he did the logical thing. He bought a baboon named Jack. James taught Jack to operate the railway signals based on a number of train whistles. 1 whistle, Jack pulls lever 1. 2 whistles, lever 2. A passenger eventually complained that a monkey was running the switches, so railway authorities showed up to fire them. But after Jack passed a stress test with flying colors, he was officially hired. His salary was 20 cents a day and half a bottle of beer per week. In 9 years of managing complex industrial machinery while being paid in alcohol, Jack never made a single mistake. As for you, your last typo in an email cost the company $4 grand. Number 5. The astronaut, Ham the Astrochimp. Before Yuri Gagarin, Alan Shepard, or Neil Armstrong, there was Ham. In 1961, NASA needed to know if a primate could actually perform tasks in space, or if they just turn into jelly. Ham wasn't just a passenger. He was trained to pull levers in response to flashing lights. During his flight, his capsule lost pressure and traveled much faster and higher than planned. He experienced nearly 15 Gs of force. Despite basically being crushed into a seat, Ham still pulled the levers only fractions of a second slower than he did on Earth. He beat humanity into space and did his job while experiencing 15 Gs. You call in sick when it's drizzling. Number 4. The aristocrat, Sir Nils Olaf III. Some careers are built on hard work. Others are built on pure, unadulterated vibes. Nils Olav III is a king penguin residing at the Edinburgh Zoo. He is also the mascot and commander of the Norwegian King's Guard. Every few years, the Norwegian army visits the zoo to give him a promotion. He started as a mascot, made corporal, and is currently a major general. In 2008, he was knighted. Yes, by the authority of the King of Norway, this bird is a sir. He is a flightless bird living in Scotland who outranks 98% of the Norwegian military. You are still hoping for that bump to senior associate. Number 3. The lifesaver, Magawa. Let's talk about a modern hero. Magawa was an African giant pouched rat working in Cambodia. He was trained to detect the scent of the explosive chemicals used in landmines. Because he was so light, he could walk right over a mine without triggering it. When he found one, he'd scratch the dirt to alert his human handler. In his career, this rat cleared over 2.4 million square feet of land and discovered 71 landmines. He won the PDSA Gold Medal, the animal equivalent of the George Cross, for bravery. You get stressed when the coffee machine runs out of pods. Magawa walks on minefields for a living. Number 2. The spy catcher, Sergeant Stubby. Stubby was a stray pit bull mix who wandered onto a Yale Army training field in 1917 and was smuggled to France during World War I. Stubby was no mascot. He served in 17 battles. Because of his smell and hearing, he could detect incoming mustard gas attacks and artillery shells before the humans, barking to warn them to put on masks. His greatest achievement? He found a German spy hiding in the bushes, mapping American trenches. Stubby attacked him and bit him on the rear end until guards arrived. He is the only dog to be promoted to sergeant through combat, and he met 3 U.S. presidents. You met the VP of marketing once in an elevator and it was awkward. Number 1. The war hero, Corporal Wojtek. If your resume includes team player because you once restocked the printer paper, prepare to feel inadequate. Meet Wojtek. In 1942, Polish soldiers traveling through Iran adopted a Syrian brown bear cub. But Wojtek wasn't a pet. He was enlisted. He had a paybook, a rank, and serial number. He lived in the tents with the guys, drank beer, and wrestled. During the brutal Battle of Monte Cassino in World War II, Wojtek didn't hide. He saw his unit moving vital 100-pound artillery crates. He stood up on his hind legs and started carrying live ammunition to the front lines, under fire, without dropping a single crate. The company was so impressed, they changed their official emblem to a drawing of a bear carrying a shell. You got a $25 Amazon gift card for your 5-year anniversary. Wojtek literally fought the Nazis and retired as a war hero in Scotland. So there you have it, a bear who fought Nazis, a penguin knight, and a rat with a gold medal. Suddenly your proficiency in Microsoft Word doesn't look so impressive, does it? We know the history books are full of overachievers. Who did we miss? Is there a dog mayor or a cat physicist we need to hire for part 2? Let us know in the comments which animal you think deserves a promotion. If you want to feel better about your lackluster career compared to livestock, subscribe to Unserious History. We set the bar low.